Hi everyone, it's Nena, Foxy Mama 365, back again with The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 4, Episode 1. Yes, the ladies are back. I really love it. And I think it's called That's the Way the Cookie Crumbles. Yes, I'm happy with The Real Housewives of Potomac because they always kind of seem to bring something interesting, unlike The Real Housewives of New York. I'm just like, okay, it's cool, but I'm like, where is the meat? Where's the substance? Same with the Real Housewives of, I think, no, Orange County. Orange County was boring last year. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is on right now, and we've been doing Dog Gate for what? Anyways, we're here in Potomac, so we hope these heifers will bring something, okay? So let's start with the taglines. We have Giselle saying she's the baddest and the smartest. Smartest, we'll see. Baddest, Then the big lady, the Grandame, she never crumbles. And I'm happy to see Karen is back and she's upbeat. You know, she lost her parents last season. So both of them in the span of, I think, 7 months. So that was hard for her. So I'm happy that she's seemingly, putting her life back together, moving on. Monique says, yeah, she's traded her umbrella, but it's all gold at the end of this rainbow. I like Monique. Yeah, she's cool. Robin says the shorter her hair is, the shorter her patience. Good for you, Robin. Because we have had more than enough patience with you on this show, okay? Okay? Especially with you and your husband, or whatever that. Okay, we'll get to that. Next, we have Ashley says, karma is a bitch, but I'm on her good side. Okay, we'll see. And Candice is saying she's a sleeping beauty, but she is woke. Girl, you still look like you're sleeping, okay? All right. Cool. So we see Giselle with her girls. Her girls are so pretty. They are blossoming right in front of us. The last time we saw them, they were like really little girls, and now they're like, getting their own identity. They're Giselle's critics, her greatest critics. And I like that. And they're talking about Sherman and how we really don't know where she stands with him. As like last season, they had broken up, but it looks like they might be getting back together. And they're now in counseling. I found that really weird. I'm like, okay, you're still in, this is meant to still be the lovey-dovey romantic, but anyway, if it works for you, get the counseling, I guess. So anyways, she's talking with the girls, and the girls are like, oh, what are you up to? And she's like, she's making some cookies for the Grandame, that she was a little mean to her, even though she's not really owning everything, but she's like, things were not really well with her. Now we also see the Grandame also talking. Karen is also saying, oh, until she owns what she did, until Giselle owns what she did to her. And I totally agree with her, because Giselle was so shitty last year to her, starting with, pulling all kinds of stuff, talking about the tax evasion with her husband, talking up and making the t-shirts at that, reveal, and it was so nice, it was so mean. Also talking about the other lady that her husband wants to be with and not be with Karen. No, Giselle, that's not a good friend. And then at the end also, she was just going taking the pizza. I know that might have been a joke, but I don't know. I mean, they're meant to be good friends, but I don't know, when someone is going through a tough time, is that really the best time to be cracking such expensive jokes? So you actually even hear her daughter saying to her, mommy, were you really mean to her? Were you not mean to her? And she's like, Then the daughter's like actually telling her, why don't do that? It's just not right. So they try to help her make the cookies, and we'll see how that goes, So next we have Ashley and Michael. I don't really know what Ashley's up to right now, but she's blindfolded Michael, and they're like, I don't even know what that was about. I thought it was going to be some great grand reveal or surprise. But anyways, they're trying to work on their relationship, and Ashley's saying now she's trying to get a baby after she had the miscarriage, which is, I know, must have been really hard, but this is like, they're trying to build, and then he's talking about what happened to them. But we see now that 2 months after, they say Michael was charged with a sexual assault. Apparently, it's been alleged, this was like a lot of months, like maybe 6-8 months ago. It was alleged that Michael had grabbed one of the producers or camera filming crew's bum while they were filming. It might be one of their things. I don't know. But I don't know who goes about grabbing other men's asses, but you never know. People have different cultures, different things. But I also remember that in season 1, Michael had done it to Katie's boyfriend, at the party, and it was like kind of open, and I think they actually showed it, and he talked about it, and it was like, okay, it was like meant to be a joke. So I think it might just be their joke, but now he's been sued for assault, so it's kind of sad. We'll see. Ashley is saying that at the moment she's just focusing on on building their relationship, and she's trying to get pregnant, and she's doing all kinds of therapy. She's drinking, she's cutting down on her drinking, she's doing her meditation, she's working out more, and pretty much doing the Zen thing. Hopefully she gets pregnant, fingers crossed. So we see Chris and Candice, and Candice is talking about the wedding and how she's left so much to the last minute, even though they've had almost more than a year to plan this wedding. But and I totally get it, because there's some things you cannot do until like 2-3 months up to. But she's still changing a lot of stuff, like sitting arrangement. Her dad doesn't want to sit behind, he wants to sit in front, and cutlery and all of that. Well, each week. But then she also now starts talking about her brother being invited, and this is the first time we're actually hearing that Candice actually has a half brother from her father. We've never heard anything about it before, I think. So she's talking to her husband, and she's feeling really sad that, she has never been able to actually have a conversation with her mom about her brother, because if she does, it's like her mom always gets upset and is very angry at her. So she says, so she's like, how's she going to bring it up? She's just afraid of her mom cutting her off. And this is when Chris actually steps up and says, girl, you can't live your life for your mom. You have to live your life for you, and that makes a lot of sense. You can't really live your life for your mom. You really just have to be there and do your thing. So anyways, we'll see how this works out. So she has to tell her mom that she's going to be inviting her half brother. We'll see. You see Karen and Matt, and Karen keeps on bringing Matt, and everybody's has said they don't really want Matt around, because they really don't know where Matt has been and where he's coming from. So it's kind of like funny that they have Matt there, that she has Matt there, and all the other girls can't come. Anyway, we also see Giselle driving up to Karen's place, and Giselle is saying, hey, she's calling Robin. You see why Giselle is always being so shady? She didn't need to have this conversation if she really was trying to make amends with Karen. She calls Robin and she says to Robin, I'm in the neck of the woods. I'm in Karen's neck of the woods. And they're like, oh, you're in the woods and all of. And he's like, no. And they're like, well, do you think she's going to open the door? And do you think she's going to, she's like, well, she doesn't know, but she's here and she's going to do her damnedest best to make up with her after everything, the pizza thing and all of that, So it's kind of not really funny, because it's not right, she's not just being sincere. That's just my take on it, okay? So moving right along, we see Matt and Karen. Apparently Matt was in Karen's parents' funeral. So she's thanking him, and they're talking about what the next step is. She's got a really huge billboard in New York City for her perfume line. A lot of people have actually tried that. Some people, it got great reviews, and I think the perfume line is doing okay. But we'll find out this year how good, and if she did a good job with her perfume line. So we see Giselle actually calling Karen and to say, hey girl, I'm in your neck of wood. And Karen is like, you cannot come to my house uninvited. And I totally agree. Who shows up uninvited? No. And she says it in a really cool and calm way. She's like, girl, I'm really having a private moment right now. I didn't know you were going to come, but thank you so much for the thoughts. And she hangs up the phone. So she's now reporting to Matt that, Karen, why would Giselle just show up at my doorstep without calling me? She has to own what her part from last year, and she's telling her that, no, you can't do this. It's not acceptable. And then we see Giselle calling again. And Giselle is like, oh, you know what? I have some cookies for you, and they're from the girls, and they'll be upset. Really? You're trying to pull the kid card? She says, okay, you know what? I'll send Matt out to just grab them. And he's like, oh, that's Giselle doesn't want to speak to Matt. I don't know why. But I get it. Maybe she doesn't want to have. I think the girls want to have dealings with Matt, and Karen is trying to shove him down their throats. So moving right along, she says to her that, you know what? Instead of doing that, what the best thing you can actually do is, I'll just come out, but I'm having no conversations whatsoever. Let's not do that. We're gonna just hand them over and say thank you to the girls. So she does that. And moving right along, of course, you see Giselle on her way out saying, oh, my name is not the I or the R or the F. And that's why I'm saying Giselle is really not a good friend. She's not coming there with good intentions. It's just not right. So next we see Monique and Chris. And Monique is talking to Chris. She's pregnant, obviously. And they're talking about, what they're going to do and how they're going to celebrate the baby. You know, she doesn't want a baby shower. You know, she just wants something, you know, just to kind of celebrate the pregnancy. Kind of, I think she's probably still scared about what has gone on. So we'll see. And Chris is talking to her and saying to her that, hey, what's going on with her and Giselle, as well as, what's his name, Giselle's boyfriend from before. And she's saying she understands that indeed it was actually a jab at Giselle, but she really might have hurt her boyfriends as well along the way. And her husband is not happy with the whole situation because he's like, look, he didn't do anything to you. There was absolutely no need to call him out and say he was creeping. He was creeping in the park. Oh Lord, Charmin was creeping in the park. You know, it was so unnecessary. And she's like, yeah, she now can realize how she hurt him. But you know what? I don't like this because I don't think this is a sincere apology. Because if it was, it would have been done not on air. Because by saying this again, she's reopening the issue. You know, she's reopening an old wound. So I'm like, I'm looking at Monique's side eye. I'm like, But anyway, she says she's going to apologize. Moving right along, Robin and Juan are back again together. Okay. It's taking 5 years now? Okay. Okay, Robin, we see you. So Robin is very excited and she's happy, you know, because she's like, oh yeah, finally Juan wants her back and they're together again and they're getting a lot of rabbits. They've turned to bunnies any which ways. So she's saying they're at a spa and he's rubbing her up and learning how to do the massage and all of that. And she's talking about where they've come from and now he's so busy with coaching and things are a lot better. I think pretty much when they went through the financial situation, I think it was hard. It must have been hard for him, being that Robin was kind of was partly responsible for the loss of the money that he had earned for all those years. So if you don't remember, Robin had actually given the money to some gentleman who was meant to invest the money. And I think the guy was not accountable. And he ended up actually committing suicide. You know, we didn't find out until I think later in the second season. You know, so Robin feels kind of to blame. That's probably why she was actually stuck. You know, she finally felt, oh, she's very guilty. They never said exactly how much they lost. But it was seeming like if he was playing in the NFL, obviously, or NFA, NBA, it must have been a large amount of money, so they lost all of it. So she kind of feels responsible. So she's still working with her mom and they're back together with the kids and they're under the same roof. They've been together, I don't even care. Karen and Candice, they're meeting up for lunch and they're having a tete-a-tete. And it's kind of nice. We finally get to see Candice in her home. And I like this relationship, even though Karen and Candice are, you know, wide apart in age, but they're able to get along and actually talk and, you know, just be friendly and be cordial, you know, and she can actually come from a good advice place. And so she's talking to her about her mom and what's been going on with her mom. And because for some reason Karen is able to sense that there's something wrong with Candice, and she's like, what's bothering you? What's on your mind? What's going on? So she tells her she's petrified to tell her mom about her brother is coming. And she's like, oh my gosh, you mean you've already done this? Why are you so petrified? You know, she's like, oh, she's scared that her mom will cut her off. And we see Karen trying to console her and say, no, your mom loves you. She would never do that. She would never cut you off. You know, she'll be with you no matter what. So moving right along, we see Candice now sitting down with her mom and now telling her mom and comforting her mom and telling her that, hey, I actually have invited my stepbrother to the wedding, and we don't, you know, whatever happens, you know, we just want it to be a happy day for me and let's just take it from where it is. And her mom is surprised and like, how come I'm just hearing about this for the first time, you know? And her mom is like feeling betrayed. I get that, but it's been what, 30 years, 40 years? So apparently her mom and her dad were in a relationship, and somewhere along the line they okay, so can you stop please? Thank you, darling. So somewhere my kid, love them. And somewhere along the line the father might have had an affair or some sort, and there's like in high school or when they were in college or something, when they were in college actually, and he had this baby with this other woman, but it didn't deter the relationship because they still went on and had Candice. You know, but the woman is still upset and she's still hurt. And she's saying, oh, she feels betrayed. And that why didn't you wait for another occasion? Why must it be now? And Candice is like, this is my wedding. It's my wedding. It's my wedding. I'm never going to get married again. This is going to be the only wedding. Fingers crossed, you know. And I get where Candice is coming from, you know. And I think it's her day, and she wants her mom to step back. That even though you've, given me all this money, you paid over 100,000 for the wedding, and you've contributed so much, but it's still my wedding, and I want to still have it. So the thing is, Candice is trying to eat her cake and have it. Girl, your mom is paying a lot for this wedding. I totally get it that she should not control everything, and I totally get it that you have a right to have whoever you want to have at your wedding. However, the bigger picture really is that Candice needs to, stop, figure out how she can, take care of herself, without, always, having to take from her mom, because once her mom is always giving her the money and supporting her, it's why it is difficult for Candice to walk away, and make her own decisions. So that's my thoughts, I also think her mom needs to go to therapy, okay? I know she's some kind of therapist as well, but she definitely needs to go to therapy too, okay? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, be sure to share, be sure to subscribe, and comment down below. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.